We'll do some breathing. Breathe in.
So I'm going to start sharing my screen. I just had to mute my iPad where I monitor it because Hazel's breathing part got just streamed. Okay. Good morning, Richmond High. Welcome to Homeroom Live number 6. We are going to be doing a new presentation and we're going to do some interactive stuff. So students, if you can go to the Pear Deck. Teachers, I did share the direct link with you in an email about half an hour ago. Otherwise, students, if you go to ILNGZA, so for insincere lemons neatly give zesty avocados, to join the Pear Decks, because we're going to make this a little bit, we're doing something a little different, but we do want to make it interactive. And we will get started in about 1.5 minutes. And just so you know, this is, did I say this already? Sorry, it's been a rough week. A continuation of, or a follow-up to the last one we did where we talked about thinking about what characteristics you want a college to have. Okay, so hopefully we get more students connected. So far we have 23. Teachers, please let us know if there are issues with the Pear Deck if we're going too fast, because we do deal with a slight delay because we're using the webinar feature. And keep joining. The first interactive slide is not until the second or third slide. So you still have time to finish up connecting. Uh-oh. Before, the slide I was thinking was there isn't here. So before we get started, 9th, 10th, and 11th graders, last night an email was sent to you and it was the same information was posted in the advisory Google Classroom for a choice sheet update. So reminder for 10th and 11th graders, the choice sheet is due tomorrow, and for 9th graders, the choice sheet is due on Monday. And we've added 2 more possible new courses and made the choice sheet editable. So if you changed your mind or you're interested in one of the new classes that we might be able to offer, you can go in and edit your choice sheet. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Sergio, who's going to be our lead presenter today.
Thank you, Ms. Jan. Good morning, students, teachers. Thank you all for being here today. So like we said, today will be part 2 of our Homeroom Live presentation. And today we'll be focusing on choosing a college or post-secondary option. So like we said, please join Pear Deck in order to follow along with our interactive slides. So going back to our last presentation, we're going to be reviewing over the review qualities and criteria that are important to keep in mind when deciding to pick which college to attend to. So as you see here in our list, we have availability of a specific major. If you know what you want to study or what you want to go into, you want to make sure that that school that you want to go to has that option. Availability for programs for working students. A lot of students like to work while they're in college to make a little bit of spending around money. So it's important to see if the college that you go to has some kind of program where you can get a job. Academic reputation, that means what the school is known for, whether it's a specific field or maybe it's alumni who've graduated there, something like that. Cost of attendance, including financial aid, is a really big one. Regardless of whatever school you want to go to, you got to figure out a way how to secure the bag to go to that school. So paying attention to financial aid is very important. Setting an environment, seeing what's around you, like what's the vibe like at the school, what are the things that you can do outside of campus. School size, do you want to go to a smaller school or a bigger school where there's more students? Distance from home, obviously right now it seems kind of weird saying this with distance learning and, being at home, but, hopefully this whole, Rona situation won't be around much longer and you will be eventually able to go to the university that you signed up for. So, figure out whether you want to stay close to home or go farther away is something good. And class sizes. Would you like to have your class sizes be more or less similar to what you have here at Richmond High, averaging about 20, 30 students? Or do you want to be at a bigger school where sometimes your class size might be 500 other students with you? And for that, I'm going to pass it off to Angie, who will be talking about the second set of qualities.
Thank you, Sergio. Buenos días, estudiantes. So other things that you may want to consider for as you make your college list, right, is the availability of faculty. So are there any professors on campus that specialize in something that you really enjoy or you really want to pursue? Think about the diversity of the student body, right? Are you looking for a campus where you can see other people on campus that look like you, that share the same interests, the same geographic or ethnic and racial background? Or are you looking for something that is a lot more diverse, where you can access a whole lot of different people? Think about that. And then student organizations, right? Do they offer student organizations that you can get involved in that are interesting to you? Is that important to you? Athletics, right? And what division? Pay attention to the division as far as your athletics as well. I don't know what happened to the slide. I think Ms. Jan. Sorry, you guys. And I think we're back. Cool. So yeah, athletics, as I was saying, right, you want to make sure that you're aware of the different divisions and what that means, especially if you're a student athlete and you're looking to be able to access a scholarship. Think about if it's a Division 1, is it NC, is it NAIA? Like what kind of level do they play at? Or are you just looking to join a team through like an intramural sport? Placement rate into jobs in grad school, right? Is this a university that allows you to connect to a job after you graduate? Housing, is it important to you? What kinds do they offer? Do they have it on campus? Is it nice? Is it old looking? Then just think about any other college attributes that are important to you. Back to you, Sergio.
Thank you. All right, and now for our next slide, basically going off of these qualities that we just mentioned, you guys will be able to choose which one of them seems important to you guys using the pair deck. So hopefully you guys should be able to go ahead and drag to see pick whichever ones are important to you. All right, some responses are starting to come in.
It appears you can only select one criteria.
That's correct, Hazel. So we want to know what's the number one most important thing to you?
Thank you, Miss Jan.
And right now it looks like so far we have 153 responses. So the big leading one right now is, of course, cost of attendance, because that's always a major concern. All right. Those of you that put your top choice, thank you. And hand it back to Sergio to continue on.
So diving into today's presentation, we're going to be doing something called the Rank the Colleges. So basically, we're going to be giving you guys a list of 5 different colleges. We won't say their names, but we'll give you guys more or less a little bit of a resume of what the school is, some important facts about it. And using Pear Deck, you guys will be able to rank them for your first choice all the way down to your 5th choice. So we're going to be going through 5 different colleges, and you're going to be listening to the different facts. If you want to grab a pen or paper and just jot a couple things down for the different colleges, so that way when we ask you guys to rank them, you'll know which ones they are.
Uh-oh. So I don't know why, well, on our control end, we don't see the facts, but when I'm looking at the student view end, they do see the facts. Does that make sense? So let's do this really quick for this, so the staff can see what we're talking about.
All right, thank you, Ms. Jan. So the first college, or the Red College, here are some facts about it, and you're gonna use these facts to help you rank, your top college and up to your 5th college. So pay attention. You may want to write some of these down just so that you can refer to them and determine if maybe this college is going to move on your list. But facts about the Red College: it offers mechatronics engineering. So any of y'all that want to like build robots and things like that, this might be a good opportunity for you. 22-person average class size, so they're pretty small, right? 59% first generation college students at this campus. The campus also has 81% of students receive financial aid. There's 20 sports and intramural clubs that you can participate in. It's 10 minutes from the beach. I think it might be driving, but still pretty close. 80 plus student organizations, so lots of opportunities for you to get involved. And the alma mater is played every day at 11:55 a.m. So think about these facts about the Red College. You can see it in that photo and determine where it falls on your list.
All right, thank you for explaining that, Angie. I'm gonna go over the Gold College. So the Gold College has about 2,500 undergraduate students. So that's about 1,000 more students than are at Richmond High. They offer about 50 majors and have over 100 student organizations or clubs. So they have a lot of club options and opportunities for y'all to choose from. About 75% of the students receive some sort of financial aid at this school. And the student to faculty ratio is about 15 students to 1 faculty member. So again, their class sizes are pretty small. More than half of their class sizes have under 20 students. And this is the #1 ranking university nationally in placing African American and Black students into medical school. And they also have a Students Helping Students model where they focus on collaboration and uplifting each other instead of competing with one another to be like the top student in the class. And they also offer in-depth career advising for their students that begins before you even start going to school there. And then I'll pass it on to Sergio for the next college.
Thank you, Edith. So the third college, or the Orange College, as you can see here from this, pretty beautiful bird's eye view image. Some facts about this college. So there's about 1,830 total undergraduate students in its College and Arts and Sciences program, which is like their main undergraduate program. 97% of all degree-seeking undergraduates receive some form of financial aid. This college offers 29 different majors. In terms of class sizes, the smallest class can sometimes be as little as 3 students, and its largest classes could be somewhere up to 80 students, so a bit smaller than most colleges. 80% of students are first-generation college students. It has an iconic reflecting pool, and their mascot is the Newfoundland dog. And for that, I'm going to pass it off to Hazel.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to present to you college #4, or the Rainbow College. And in the Rainbow College, it's part of the Western University Exchange campus. It also belongs to a system of 10 campuses. It offers 724 degrees. The average class size is 20. It's nationally ranked as an NCAA Division I athletics. It is also a research university of international standings. And 23% of undergraduates live on campus. They have 10 residential halls and 2 apartment complexes. Now pass it back to Edith.
All right, so I'm going to explain college #5, or the Blue College. This college is a bit bigger university, so it offers more than 80 majors and 70 minors. It's ranked #1 for beach lovers, so it's also close to the beach. Planet of the Apes was shot here, and this school is also a Hispanic serving institution. It has over 6,000 student organizations or clubs, so basically anything you can imagine or think of. It has 30,000 undergraduate students, so a lot more than RHS. And 75% of the students are offered some sort of financial aid. And it is also close to Disneyland, so students go there for fun, hint, hint. And another fun fact, this school, the students collectively broke the world record for the largest dodgeball game, pillow fight, water fight, and the largest capture the flag game. And then pass it back to Sergio.
Okay, everybody, now that we presented you guys with 5 different options, and hopefully you guys took down a couple notes to see what to associate with them. Now it's time for you guys to go ahead and rank the colleges. So if you guys get the bottom of the screen, there's circles with numbers 1 through 5 on them. You can go ahead and drag them to the college that you are most interested in. It'll take about a minute or so to do this.
definitely appreciate all of the participation. Even if I can't really tell what is first and second or third, but I love the fact that there are a lot of numbers moving around, um, and that you guys are actually participating in the activity. Thank you.
All right, so with that in mind, we're going to be going ahead and reveal the names of the different colleges that we've talked about today. So the first college, which is the red college, is actually CSU Channel Islands. The second college, which was, I believe, the gold college, was Xavier in New Orleans. The third college that we said was Lewis and Clark University. The fourth college, Rainbow College, is the University of Hawaii. And the fifth college, the blue college, is the University of California, Irvine. And with that in mind, we'll be opening up the floor for a bit of a Q&A session in case any of you guys have any questions.
I'm gonna say, okay, there aren't any questions. I don't see any coming in on the YouTube comments. Thank you for participating. We hope that this exercise was helpful, and maybe you were surprised by some of the colleges. And then pass it to Sergio for any of his last closing remarks.
Yeah, so just kind of what this whole activity was meant to today was to kind of introduce you guys to some different types of colleges. You know, going back to what we were talking about during our last presentation, you know, when you pick a college, there's going to be a lot of things you want to take into consideration, different factors. It's important to know that different colleges offer you different things, and knowing what's important to you goes a long way in deciding what is a good fit for you to go to school. You know, sometimes you might think maybe a school that's closer to home might be good for you, but maybe there's another school that's a little bit farther away that has more things to offer you. So it's always just good to just kind of go back to these slides, see the different criteria that we've listed, and then when you do apply to college, make sure to take those things into consideration when making your list of schools.
And they had just asked to redisplay the names of the colleges, so I just changed their slide to that. Here's the question. What's the employment rate for each school students immediately after graduation? We don't know that off the top of our heads, but each school should have that on their website because that's one of the common data points that's often shared. And then which college was the gold college is the question. And I believe that was the HBCU Xavier in New Orleans was the gold college. Right, so if you're looking at the colleges, number one, Channel Islands was what we said was number one or red. Number two, gold, Xavier in New Orleans. 3 was the Orange College, which is Lewis and Clark in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. 4 was the Rainbow College, which was kind of a hint in the name, which is U of H Manoa or University of Hawaii Manoa. And number 5, the Blue College, was UC Irvine, home of the Anteaters. And with that, thank you for joining us today, and we will see you in April after spring break for the next Homeroom Live. Have a good rest of your day.